Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yo, what's up? It is your boy, Mr. Marin, and we are back. We are back, my brother. Happy New Year, RB.
Happy New Year.
How's everything, man? How was your holiday?
It's been good, man. Been good. Been chilling, laying low. Yeah.
Okay.
We finished the Urban Luxury campaign. So
Yes.
Yo,
again, shout out to y'all that put up some bread for Urban Luxury to happen. We looking at shooting soon.
Yeah.
You know
Within the next couple weeks,
Yeah.
follow the Urban Luxury Instagram page. We're making casting announcements very soon. We're gonna be making a lot of big announcements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's man. It's time to get alive for 25. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 33, the Patrick Ewing episode 33. Shout out to my guy, the Jamaican guy, Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean?
Also, next episode's the Shaq episode.
All right, I'll let you get that off. I'll let you get off the Shaq episode. I was gonna say Charles Oakley, you know what I mean? Keep it New York, but you know what? We gotta balance it out. You know, Shaq 34, Diesel. Shout out to Shaq, man. I don't like how y'all Laker fans be talking about Shaq.
What would we saying about Shaq? I don't be saying nothing about Shaq.
I don't like how people just kind of just act like he wasn't the best player in the league, like the most dominant cat in the league at one point.
Yeah, for like 2 years, you know what I'm saying? For 2 years.
Yeah,
but then Kobe was leading the charge on both during the Shaq era and the Paul Gasol era. Let's be real.
He was leading the charge during the Shaq era?
I mean, yeah, man.
Man.
He was passing the ball. He was scoring, you know what I'm saying? Phil Jackson doing his thing. And then,
My brother, how old were you when they won that first three-peat? How old were you?
2002. I was about 5.
2000 to 2002.
Yeah.
Man was 3 to 5 years old, talking about he was watching the shit. I was there. 2000, I was 12 years old. I was watching it.
Nah,
that was Shaq's team, but Kobe was a great number 2. Like let's not even front. Like I know how I feel about Kobe, but he was an incredible number 2.
I can't kick off 2025 with the Kobe disrespect. Not after the LA fires. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, let's get that out the way. My bad, y'all.
Just shitting on LA.
Yo, my bad. No, seriously. All jokes aside, shout out to those affected by the LA fires, man. We are with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was scary. This was I am, I'm a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? I had my first little earthquake out here. You know what I'm saying? Technically the first earthquake I would have felt was in New York. I forgot what year it was, but I didn't feel it.
It was small.
Yeah. I didn't feel it at all. But people were like, yo, it was crazy, but I didn't feel it. But when I got out here, I remember I was sleeping. And I had this dream that I was on the train, just like trying to hold on to the side of the thing. I was just like, this train is kind of aggressive. One of them shits shook me. I woke up. The whole room was like this. Like I was like, oh, So that was my first earthquake. This is like 2020, I believe. So 2019, 2020. That was my first earthquake. And then the fires, man. That it just came a little close to home. Like I was up one night. And I was actually about to take it down. I was about to go to sleep. And then they was just like, I'm on Twitter. And somebody's like, yo, a fire started in Sylmar. Like, I had heard about the Palisades one. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And when I heard about Palisades, it was like only 1,000 acres.
Yeah.
When I had heard about it. So I was just like, oh, it's crazy what's happening in Palisades. 1,000 acres. Wow. And then, it just kind of grew. And I think at that point, it grew to 5,000. And then, I'm up one night. I'm about to go to sleep. And some dude, shout out to homie, he ended up following me too. He was just like, yo, something started in Sylmar. And then I saw the video, and it's like an exit where I get off this exit to go drop my son off at daycare. That shit was on fire.
Yo, the exit?
Yeah, that, like the cars was like the and the mountains was right next to it. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. So I ended up staying up all night type shit, just watching CNN. It's the most I watched CNN in a while.
Yeah.
And it was scary. It was scary. The next day I was taking my daughter to school the next day. I saw the fire in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? It was all orange out. The ash was coming down like snow.
Sky was orange.
Yeah, it was trash, man. But yo, man, my heart go out to y'all, man. That's affected by that. Like, we know somebody that lost everything.
Who?
We worked with this cat Denzel on the.
Oh, for real? He did.
He lost everything
for real.
Yeah, he was in Altadena.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't even know Altadena was like a historically black town until like this whole thing.
I didn't even know Altadena was a thing. I didn't know. I had never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? But then I realized, and then I started seeing a lot of the victims that were being confirmed were old black men and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that shit is rough. That shit is rough. But shout out to everybody that reached out to me, checking on me from New York. You know, everybody, they heard Cali and they was just like, oh, John is out there. But then, you know, then there was people that like heard Sylmar. That's where I live. That's
where you live. Yeah. And then fire was literally in Sylmar.
It was in Sylmar. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, that, you know, but, you know, thank God, but also it's unfortunate. It was like going in another direction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I kind of, you know, got past that, you know. But,
and you know, shout out to the first responders too. Especially to the incarcerated folk that had got to go out there. Heard they're making like $20 a month or something, or like $180 a month to fight those fires or something like that. Yeah, man,
they need to get some of them brothers and sisters out of jail early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, reduce those sentences.
Yeah, like come on, son, like that's crazy. Mm-hmm. But you know, yo, man, the holidays, you know, last time we was here, we know we had some movies. We said we was going to do a 2024 list. Life started lifing. Brothers got to play catch up. I know I got to play catch up, you know, with my films. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna try to get that to y'all. Definitely before when the awards start rolling in. You know, award season really get kicking. We could probably go back and look at the films from 2024 that is being considered and what we think should be considered, and so on and so forth. So you know what I'm saying? But man, what have you been watching?
Man, I've been watching a good amount of stuff. I've been, like I said, doing catch up. Mm-hmm. Most recent movie I saw is this one called Hard Truths. I believe the main star is Marianne Jean Baptiste.
Yo, you know what? I know what you're talking about. It's so funny. I have a funny story with her. She had a film that came out in '96 called Secret and Lies, and I remember it was like an award. It was because I remember my grandmother, the movie theater she was working at, it was showing there, and she used to come home every night. It's like, oh, this movie's busy. It's busy. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And I saw a clip from the film, and she was talking with the English accent. Mm-hmm. That is the first time I've ever heard a black person speak with an English accent. Marianne Jean Baptiste, I swear to God. I remember when I was like, why is she talking like them white people? My grandmother was like, what are you talking about? Like, then I was like, oh, I was like 8 years old. I was like, oh, I had no idea. I was like, oh wow, black people talk like that out there,
right? In the British, they talk that British.
That was the first person I seen talk like that. I was like,
yeah. This movie, I didn't even know Secret and Lies had this much. It's like an 8. You know, like an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Yeah, no, I like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Like I was young, but I was always into film, so I used to watch a lot of shows and stuff. And they would talk like that was like a big like award season, like you know what I'm saying, like one of those films that they were talking about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I said, my grandmother said she was like it was busy, like it was like shows were selling out type shit.
Oh really?
You know?
Oh dang, it was that. I got peeped that. It was funny because Hard Truths is from the same director and writer too as Secret and Lies. Okay. So and then it's about Marianne Jean Baptiste. Her character, her mother had died, and to be honest. Her character is on 10 out of 10 the entire movie. Like everybody she confronts, she's arguing with.
I think I did see a trailer or something. She was just—it's like a comedy, is it?
It's kind of comedy, kind of drama. You know, it's one of those RC movies. You know, kind of ends in a little bit of an ambiguous place. But homegirl, literally, like from scene one, like she's yelling at her son, she's yelling at her husband. She goes to the store, she's cooking them.
Look at you. Fix your face! You're dealing with the public, handling people's food.
Stop! Please.
Oh, you can pipe down and all standing there like an ostrich. You can't go in or out of a supermarket without being harassed by those grinning, cheerful charity workers begging you for money for their stupid causes.
I mean, she's giving me Caribbean vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like an old Caribbean person. That's what I saw in the trailer. I was like, oh my God. Like, she has to be a Jamaican British person because it's like, yo, like older West Indian people, like, you know, Aloe could tell you, like, they are annoying, fam. Like, they are the most miserable people on God's green earth. They be healthy, they be living good lives, but just be vexed about everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I saw in the trailer. I was like, yo, she going off. Like, you know?
It got to the point it was like almost comedic. It was like, yo, when you see like a little white girl coming to help her like at this furniture store, you're like, oh my gosh, no, it's coming. And then it comes and it's like, oh dang, like she'd have to do that.
Damn.
No, it's a good movie. I will say, again, maybe I don't know, you know, a lot of people like that. I will say it's a little bit unrealistic how angry she is the entire time. Like, it's like, dang, she...
Oh, no, brother. Like, you got to be around some West Indian people. My grandmother, when I call her for everything, it's just it's draining. I have to give her like 40 minutes to go off about everything in life before I could. I called my grandma for my birthday. I gave her 40 minutes to just talk about whatever, and then I could tell you what's going on with my life. That's just how they are, bro.
Yeah,
Dead ass, dead ass. I'm telling you, I saw the trailer. I was like, oh my god, I see where this is going.
Yeah, it's one of those. It starts off real quiet, but when it goes, it's like, dang. Yeah, it was a good one though. It was a good one.
Okay.
And then I saw, I've been watching a lot of TV too. Squid Game season 2.
I've yet to see the original Squid Game.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I love Squid Game, man. I love the first season. Second season was good. A lot of people feel like it's a little bit. Some people feel like it might be a little bit of an attack on hip hop. In terms of the second season.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the characters who is like kind of a little bit more of an antagonistic kind of person, because it's all about these people all competing.
Oh, wait, isn't it like a recording artist that's in the film?
Yeah. So he's a recording. Okay. He's an actual rapper himself.
Yeah.
I don't know what his actual name is, but the character name is Thanos. He got like purple hair or whatever. People online are like really hating on him. I think he did a good performance, but it's just the fact that he's like this rapper. He's always popping pills the whole scene, like every scene, and then he's just kind of seen as like the one a-hole like in the whole group. And it's like, of course, it's like the one rapper is like seen that way too. But
interesting.
Yeah, that's what I know some people I kind of talked about. That was the first thing that kind of jumped out to me too. But of course, I actually think he's a fun character, so I'm not mad. I like Squid Game, so
okay.
That's why I watched a lot of this stuff too. But yeah.
Well, I was listen. Some of y'all might want to take my movie card,
right?
And that's okay,
right?
I got wind that 7 was going to be put back in theaters. For 7. It's crazy. I looked up when 7 came out. It came out the week after Clockers. Like you got bangers back to back.
Yeah.
I had never seen 7 in my life. Never. Because like, let's be real. Like I grew up in the hood. Like Cats wasn't really like my mom. She was going to the movies often, but she wasn't checking for everything. Like you know what I'm saying. Like we definitely had a little pocket of stuff that we was watching, and I didn't know anybody that was like really watching 7. You know what I'm saying? I remember it would be on TV. Like if I go somewhere, it'd probably be on. Nobody's really paying attention to it. It's background noise, but I would see little things here and there.
It's a quiet movie too.
Yes, I think that's why I never really noticed it, because like you said, it's a quiet film. Dog. That movie shot up as one of my favorite films of all time. Like,
oh really?
Yo, bro, I am now vowing to go to see any movie I've never seen but heard of, because I knew about the end of the big twist ending in 7 and all of that. So I knew about all of that because it's one of those films that as I got older now and I started getting out more, and I'm getting more in my film bag, meeting more people that's actually real cinephiles and really does this. They talk about 7. You know what I'm saying? And I know that the big twist, but boy, I was so locked in that film that when it happened, I was like, whoa, like it just blew me away. I'm on record saying I'm not a big Morgan Freeman fan.
Right.
But he was great in this film.
Oh yeah. Just this is almost like the anti-Lethal Weapon in a way.
Oh, 100%. I mean, David Fincher. This is probably technically one of the greatest films of all time. Like, for sure. Like there's like the intent, the motive of everything that's like. The foreshadowing, the way he frames things, it's just like, yo, he was doing this, like he was actually working when he was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like the film is not just a script; it's a lot of what he's doing with his camera work, the visuals, like the world you're in. It's like so like dreary and just yucky.
The fact that it's raining in every scene except for the very last scene. Like, it's like
Kevin. I hate the fact that Kevin Spacey went down the road he went.
It's like this whole cast is a little unredeemable.
Yeah, like the whole cast. I hate and I always like Kevin Spacey as an actor. I just hate the fact that he's a piece of shit. But he was great in it. Brad Pitt is really good in it. Gwyneth Paltrow, early Gwyneth Paltrow. What's your man? Is it not John C. Reilly? What's your man from Scrubs? He's like a cop in the film. He's like a SWAT team guy.
I know which one you're talking about. He's like dicks. Dicks when they like find it.
Yo, this shit was so good, man. I was so oh my god. I love the fact that I got to see it when I did and where I did. You know what I'm saying?
IMAX, right?
IMAX, 4K. Oh, the 4K restoration was so good.
And I didn't really plan on seeing it, but it was after you told me about you seeing it in Lebanon. I was like, all right, let me go.
Yeah, when I got out the theater, I went to go see it in Burbank. Went down. There was like a little ledge right next to the little Batman statue. I sat there and I texted RB and I was like, yo, son, I didn't know, dog. I did not know. Like, that movie was that good. I was just blown away. You know what I'm saying? Blown away. I was 7 years old when it came out. I didn't know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But no, it was a very good film, man. And I seen that they still have screenings going on, like, up to now. Yeah.
I definitely recommend people checking out if you haven't. I definitely also say to the technicality part of it. I love David Fincher as a filmmaker. I discovered this film as I was discovering David Fincher as a filmmaker. You know, like I told you before, I think I told the pod too, Social Network is one of my favorite movies of all time for me.
That was a good one.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the movies that really got me into even the idea of making movies. So I watched all of David Fincher stuff, you know, after watching that movie. And I definitely think that even though Social Network is my favorite, I think Seven is like his most technically perfect like movie.
Oh, 100%.
Runtime, in terms of pacing,
100%.
in terms of
the pacing. Everything. Oh man, it's just it goes, man. It goes. Yeah. It goes.
And one more thing too. I mean, you know, just like, I don't know if you noticed it, but I feel like the new Robert Pattinson Batman movie is really just Seven, like, with a new skin. It's like Seven with Batman.
Yeah, Batman is just in the town, like, because you know, Seven, they don't tell you where it takes place.
Right.
So that's Gotham City for all we know.
Right.
It's Matt Reeves' Gotham City 30 years ago.
Exactly. You know exactly. It's like Brad Pitt was like Batman and Morgan Freeman was like Jeffrey Wright in that movie. Yeah, it was like the same movie. You know what I'm saying?
Morgan Freeman was really good. Did the way he sold that last scene. Oh,
yeah.
I was like, yeah.
He's like, John Doe has the upper hand. What's the
gun down? Like, what's in the box? You know,
what's in the box? Yeah, it's just so good.
And even and just the little subtle things when Brad Pitt was like crying, and he kind of then he straightened up and then started crying. I was like, oh my god, like
and then hit the quick flash frame of Gwyneth Paltrow. He's like, all right, boom, like
which we come to find out, if you know, in Contagion, with Steven Spielberg, that they reuse the. Oh man, spoiler.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
We already got here.
Yeah.
We already got here. Spoiler. But Kevin Spacey beheads his wife. And I heard that in Contagion, that scene, I guess they're doing the autopsy, they kept the prop head from Seven.
For real?
It's not shown in the film.
Yeah, right.
But they said they kept that prop head, and that's the head that they used.
In Contagion? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That's ill.
Ernest Hemingway once wrote, "The world is a fine place and worth fighting for." I agree with the second part.
We didn't get to talk about Mufasa, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Mufasa.
Yeah, I like Mufasa, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cool. I mean, look, I liked it.
It was cool.
People hating on Twitter. I thought it was cool.
Well, you know, right now it's a pylon. Disney is easy to beat up on right now.
Right.
Just because everything is all up and down and whatever. But I felt like it was good for what it was. I will say, bullying works because they definitely heard what we said about the animals being more expressive. And that's the one thing I noticed. I was like, okay. Like, you know, I was like, all right, this is much better. If I had this with The Lion King, that would be a better film.
Right. They had the expressions. They had some Barry Jenkins touches in there. It was like it was very quick, but you saw it in there a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually like the songs. I have people online that are like,
Yo,
I thought it was funny.
Have you ever heard Angie Stone's brother?
No.
Dog brother. So, they got a meme where they took, here's my dog brother. Yo, son. Yo, y'all are funny. Y'all funny as hell.
Oh, man.
Meme culture is crazy. You can't take nothing seriously nowadays. They just want to chop that shit up and turn it into a meme. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then I also say, too, I feel like the whole divide between Mufasa and Sonic 3, like, I don't know if you've been seeing on Reddit, like, the people.
No.
Yeah, mad Sonic people will just be piling on Sonic on the Sonic Reddit page, like it'd be mad people being like Mufasa trash, we Nazi Mufasa, we protesting it. People, I seen some critics who put Mufasa on their worst of the year list, which I feel like that's a little racist. You know what I'm saying?
They're piling on. It's not that movie's not. Now, is it anything that's gonna like move the needle? Is it like amazing? No. But it's not bad. It's definitely it's good.
Right.
It's good.
Right. It's fine.
Yeah. My daughter enjoyed it.
Right.
It's cool. It's cool.
10 times better than a regular Lion or the 2019 Lion King for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Less Beyonce, thank God. I love B, but voice actor B, no thank you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. It did what it had to do. It was cool. I just felt like when they explained Pride Rock and stuff like that. No. Things like that. I was like, bro, we don't need all of these.
We need the origin story of everything.
Of every little thing. We didn't need all the characters to come together at once. Come on.
Yeah, I also didn't need the cutting back and forth between the young their daughter or whatever, like that whole framing device. I was like, dog, y'all could just have at the beginning.
I will say,
end,
Timon and Pumbaa was funny.
They are funny. They
were funny.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Saw Sonic 3.
Of course, I saw Sonic 3.
How's you messing with that?
It was good. I mean, listen, the Sonic films, you get what you get. It's entertaining. What I'm saying? It's nothing crazy. It's nothing. I can't even break the film down to really go in about it. It's like it's like fast food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you hungry, that 2 cheeseburger meal from McDonald's is gonna hit every time. When you hungry. And it's gonna do what you gotta do until you get the full meal. You know what I'm saying? So, Sonic 3 was good. Nosferatu.
That's something we gotta have a conversation about.
When we revisit 2024, I really want to go on that because I really loved Nosferatu.
Oh, you loved it? Okay, great. Yeah.
All right.
That's dope.
You didn't like it.
No. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay. I loved it.
Good. Yeah, you loved it. Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep it moving because I would like to have a conversation about that.
More in depth. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I dug it. I really dug it. I just I think I personally get a little bit angry over film Twitter. Hyping it like it's the second coming of Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. This will be an episode.
Right. But I did really enjoy.
This will be an episode. One surprising thing, I think I've been very vocal about how I feel about this brother's work. Tyler Perry, 688.
Oh, you watched that?
I watched it.
Oh, was it good?
It was fine.
Oh man,
it was fine.
Where's the applause button, man?
Yeah,
we gotta give TP some flowers when
it was fine. I am not gonna be here. Listen, I feel how I feel about the brother. But like I said about Disney, I don't do pylons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like to the point where you don't even see it and you're just like, fuck that. I don't do pylons. I want to give everything a chance. And him, I know what it is with him. I just want to give him a chance. And I said, you know what? I saw the trailer. It looked like the budget was a little, or at least he spent his money the right way.
Right.
And I was like, okay, let me a war epic, war drama. Let me check it out. Is there things to nitpick? Absolutely. Nothing is perfect. It was definitely shot on studio, and there's moments where the lighting is off and stuff like that. Because we work production, so
so we know. Yeah,
I can't help but notice that.
Right.
But it was good, and it was a story that's seldom told, and it got me. With films like this, it's there to kind of get you into the story, just so you can do your own. I tell people Malcolm X. Again, my favorite biopic. It's not the definitive, that's not the definitive story. Certain liberties were taken, but it's a vehicle to get you to learn about the man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I learned about these women, and I started looking it up, and I was like, oh wow, I started looking up the story. I liked how he kind of did his little, he integrated the real woman at the end of the film.
Oh really?
It was a good effort. It was a very good effort. Yeah.
Okay.
I listen.
Hey,
5 reels is perfect. 4 is excellent. 3 is good. I give it 3 reels.
3 reels. Oh, for triple. Okay, nice. Hey, that's good, man.
688 gets 3 reels from your boy.
I like that. That gotta be. I mean, you actually kind of make me want to. They push it all the time when I go on Netflix.
I will say this. You got your mom, you got your grandmother, your auntie. that's a film you watch with them.
Oh, okay.
And they will love it.
They will love it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll turn it over my mom's one day.
Absolutely. No, you and Ma Duke School, you can sit down with her and watch it. And it's not like cringy Tyler Perry. I mean, there's moments.
Right.
The man is not the greatest director. There's moments where the acting is just like, oh my God. But there's times where there's the message. We need to do this because us as a black people, they have these soapbox moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's an enjoyable film. I will say that.
Okay.
I will say that.
I love that. I support all black cinema.
TP, I gave you a chance, brother. I gave you a chance.
Hey.
I finally, shout out to you. I fired up the Mubi account.
Hey.
And I watched The Substance.
Hey.
Amazing fucking film.
Let's go.
2024 episode. We gotta go in on that. That was an amazing film. Margaret Qualley, girl.
Oof. Fine as hell.
Demi Moore, she looks great for her age, and she was great.
She was great for her age.
So sorry about that. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I know you older. You know what I mean? You were technically a grandmother. You feel me? Shout out to you, Demi. You look great in the film. You know what I mean? But she won the Golden Globe.
She did. Much deserved.
Oh man, and it's so crazy. I was just saying right before they awarded it, I was like, horror, body horror. They ain't never. It's nice that they got nominated, but they ain't nobody gonna win it. And then she won it. And I was like, and you hear her story. She said she was about to quit acting.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah, in the Golden Globe speech. Yeah.
She was like she was about to be done with it. Like, and and she stuck it through, and she's the first award she's ever won.
Yeah.
They told her, a producer told her she was gonna be a popcorn actress.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
I mean, that's
right.
That was the nice way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about what they tell black actresses.
Oof. Yeah. Oh yeah.
If they even care to have the discussion with them about their future. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Demi Moore. That was good, man.
Shout out Demi Moore. Shout out Margaret Qualley. She was also in this other film, Drive Away Dolls, that came out earlier this year.
Okay.
I saw it on Peacock. It was good. But she's been on the rise for a cool minute. And then
that girl don't keep her clothes on.
Oh,
she's a Google search away. She's naked and everything.
Hey, look, I ain't mad at it.
Hey, listen,
I
ain't
mad at it. Apparently, she's married to Jack Antonoff, who's the Taylor Swift's producer, and he also produced GNX as well. So, I wonder if she got the early access to GNX.
Oh, so she the homie then.
Right. Margaret Qualley come through. You know what I'm saying?
You the homie. Shout out to Margaret Qualley.
Get the Kendrick tapes coming through. You know what I'm saying?
Now, one film we will not be talking about 2024 because I don't think this is worth talking about is Brandy's The Front Room. Oh, finally got to watch it. Now
I see on Max, right?
Now, yes. Now I see why nobody was talking about it. This movie's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. I do not buy Brandy and this white man being a couple. They just don't. There's no chemistry on. Like you could tell they were just casted.
Right. They didn't do a chemistry read together. Or nothing.
Nothing. There's a scene. There's an intimate scene that they have, and it's just like. No, I don't buy this at all. Tonally, the film was all over the place. I don't know if it wanted to be a thriller. It's a fart comedy. It's just like lowbrow shit. Like it's just gross for no reason. Just corny.
Yeah.
Corny.
I heard it. Yeah, I think one of the commenters told us one time it was hard to eat after watching that movie, like kind of thing.
Yeah, because this old woman is shitting and pissing herself, and they showing the shit.
Oh,
and then Brandy is cleaning up the shit. And
wait, is Brandy good in it at least though, or besides the chemistry?
I mean, she's just an annoyed sister
throughout
the whole film.
Right.
Yeah, you feel her like, what the hell? Like, this person's stepmother is in my crib. Like she kind of racist, all super religious. She's farting, pissing all over the place. Like, I'm annoyed. Like, but it just, the Eggers name didn't work on this one.
The different Eggers.
This is some different Eggers. And I know they just got greenlit because of the last names. Let's keep it funky. Y'all need to get back in the lab and figure out what y'all doing for the next film.
Call up your brother or something.
Yeah, please. Let him ghost direct it next time or something, because this was not. It was just, I don't know, man. It just wasn't a good film. It's on Max. You could go check it out if you want to. You know, it wasn't a good film. Wasn't a good film. But yeah, man, you know, that's the quick little catch up, you know what I'm saying? But do we have any comments, my brother?
Yeah, we got comments. Man. It's been a good minute. Now we'll say
shout out to Unhealthy Vegan. Shout out to you. You are on Blue Sky now. I thought you was ducking the Laker fade. He was like, "Nah, I'm on Blue Sky." He reached out to me.
Sky? Okay.
Shout out to Unhealthy Vegan.
I gotta get on Blue Sky, man. I gotta get off of Twitter.
Do I want to?
Yeah.
I don't want to go to no safe space ass place neither. Where everybody's just agreeing with each other.
True. That's exactly why I'm like, I don't want that soft stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, look. So 2024, y'all. We're gonna read 2025. We're gonna read some of these comments. There are some videos that we're just gonna completely retire comments on. You know, some shorts. I think
Family Matters.
Family Matters. We gotta retire.
I don't like it. Y'all like it. Good.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving.
Right. Bruce Lee, Tarantino. We're good on that. I think a lot of Tarantinos we're gonna scale back on, but particularly that Bruce Lee one, y'all it's like a nonstop cycle at this point.
Really? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's like I don't even want to.
Yeah, I ain't argue with y'all no more. I said what I said.
Exactly. But we still gonna read the positive stuff though. Like from the Bernie Mac House Party 3. Bernie Mac stole all the scenes he was in from House Party, Transformers, Friday, Soul Man. It didn't matter. He stole the show. That's from I Am Him.
Bernie is one of them ones, man. He was on a hot streak right before he passed. You know what I'm saying? He was going. I would love to see what he would be doing right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah, he would have been. They probably would have brought back the Bernie Mac show, like to some extent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's still an iconic show. Also on that Bernie Mac clip, Bernie Mac, aka Uncle Vester, super hilarious. I don't care which y'all serving as it ain't Cajun.
If it's Cajun, I'm called Cajun. Yeah. So he said or Lucy burning up the food talking about it's Cajun. Yeah. It's an acquired taste. If that's Cajun, I'm called Cajun. Shout out to Bernie Mac, man. I miss him.
The GOAT. And now some Carlos Martinez. Now this one's from Damon9913. It's about the Meteor Man having the Marvel Comics run. Mm-hmm. Nobody talks about Meteor Man at all, sad, but everybody knows Superman right off the bat.
Well, I mean, you know, Superman is the first real superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of which, did we ever talk about that trailer?
Oh, nah, we didn't talk about that Superman trailer.
Listen, y'all, I think I've said it before. Superman is corny. He's a cornball ass, you know, superhero. You know, cookie cutter. He does everything. You can't beat him unless you have Krypton.
Right.
But I'm gonna check out the film. I'm very interested in what James Gunn is gonna do with the DCU.
Yeah.
Very interested.
I'm kind of liking the DCEU so far.
Yeah.
I actually showed my girlfriend the Suicide Squad for the first time.
That was good.
That was good. I actually didn't like it as much the first time I saw it, but rewatching it
was good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. It's good. And then actually I love Peacemaker too. And then he had that new one, Creature Commandos. How was that? That is, I'll be honest, I didn't like the first episode, didn't like the second episode. After that point though, it did get really good. And then the finale was so weird. I almost felt like they rushed it, you know? But overall, it was good. Overall, I'll say it's good. And I do the whole, now I finally I fully get the vision now. Okay. Just the idea of like, everybody in this world is cynical, evil, terrible people, like monsters. God is like, he's calling it the God and monsters. Gods and monsters. Yeah, literally everybody in this universe is just trash. And then I feel like Superman is going to be the one person,
the beacon of hope.
The beacon of hope, right? The new. So I like that that's going to get set up.
Yeah, and you know, it looks like. Excuse me. It looks like it's going to be a throwback to the cheesy comics, which we kind of need at this point. Like at this point, we just need something that just goes back to the comics, nothing too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it, and my son gravitated towards the trailer. He's also now watching a Superman and Flash racing each other in the Justice League cartoon. So I have a feeling, because the movie comes out the day after his birthday, I have a feeling that might be the first movie he'll see.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm committed.
Yeah.
I'm committed to the Superman. I want to see it.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. Also, you know, his dog, you know what I'm saying? Krypton.
Oh yeah, Krypton.
You know James Gunn loves some animals, so it's gonna be some good animal representation.
And you know, but going back to the comment, you know, you know, Superman, everybody know that off the bat because that's the first. But yes, I mean, it doesn't help that Meteor Man bombed initially. You know how? Listen, it is what it is.
Right? No, it is what it is.
But that's why we're here to talk about it.
Exactly. That's why I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see Superman, and I'm excited to talk about Meteor Man with the peoples. This is talking about the Shameik Moore separating.
Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? The brother is corny. The brother is corny. Laura Harriet is tough. Like, you scaring the joints, bro. Like,
scared the hoes.
Yeah, like
Don't scare the hoes.
you know, he posted a video that kind of alluded to them being together or something like that.
Yeah, them hanging.
She told him like, "Yo, can you take that down?" He dubbed it and kept it up. So everybody's run with the narrative. So she had to come out and she called him a weirdo a few times. Like, "Yo, you're a fucking weirdo."
Which is fucking weird. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry. You're a fucking weirdo. And I'm fucking annoyed.
Like, this is what you gotta do to people, though. Like, you gotta do this to kind of like, yo, son, you need to chill. Like, you really need to chill.
No,
like,
he didn't. She told you to take it down.
Yeah. You gotta do that to people every now and then. People want to be, oh no, don't be mean or bullying. No, bullying is okay every now and then. You gotta tell people, yo, calm the fuck down before I slap you. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Then now you need violence. It gets to a point where violence is okay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, son. Like, he's a lame. So yeah, my bad, son. Yeah, but that was that's the gist of what we about to talk about.
Yeah, no. I mean, literally, Sean Terrence 7204 agreeing with you. I see it now.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Like,
come on,
we see
son.
it. You know, it's
come
it's
on.
Tough. I still like him. I still like Shameik Moore. I feel like I'm still going to try to defend him a little bit. He got one more strike. The Rosa Parks is a big strike.
Oh,
and this is a big strike, but he got one more. I
forgot about Rosa Parks. She should have took the boy. Sound like a dummy. Come on, son.
He got one more strike. I mean, it's like Kanye, 3 strikes you out.
How about this? You know, shut up and trouble. Just shut up and be Spider-Man. Right. That's it. I don't want to hear from you outside of Spider-Man.
Oh, you know he hasn't tweeted since Tom Holland and Zendaya got engaged. Oh, he low, bro. He low.
See now the narrative you bring in because of the way you act. Now that's a narrative now. Well, you know he ain't tweeted since they got engaged. See, you were lame. This is how people feel it. This is what Ice Cube said. This is what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. That's what they think about you, son. That you're a simp.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, look, Shameik, shout Shameik Moore, man. Hopefully I'll cast his, I'll facilitate his comeback one day, hopefully. Talking about the Tyler Perry. So who's doing the bending? This is from Dish. I don't even know.
Dish Stand.
Get a writer's room, yes please.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Tyler. You know, I will say this with this 666 triple 86, whatever.
Yeah.
I will say, it seems like I heard that Kerry Washington's an EP on it, and I think he's taking advice. This seems like Tyler Perry is most strapped down and just, yo, let the script, let the performances and script do its thing. Let the actors do their thing. Like, this felt more controlled.
I respect that. I also respect he's like cool with like having that kind,
Yeah, you should be.
Right.
You should be. Like that's how you get the best product, honestly.
Yeah.
If you got to collaborate, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. This was talking about this is from the Tarantino episode, but talking about how Inception had borrowed from the movie Piranha, and the same way that the Darren Aronofsky movie did too. And then this comment is from Olsen Webb, says, recreating the cinematography in Pariah in live action is commendable and transformative. Good job, Nolan. Talking about the Inception example. Mounting a camera above a bathtub is neither. Bad job, Aronofsky. Yeah. Aronofsky did literally rip off that movie shot for shot. Like, with Requiem for a Dream. That's what it was. Yeah. Requiem for a Dream, he ripped off Pariah a good amount. And he actually even brought the rights to Pariah too, which is weird, but
yeah, that's 2 on the nose.
Yeah,
right. 2 on the nose.
So it's like what he was doing.
I own it, so I'm just gonna copy it.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
A few more talking about the Anthony Hopkins calling Michael Bay a genius. Zeus Chaser 1973, I guess, says, I believe that this role in Transformers made a scratch in Anthony Hopkins' career. I mean, yeah, he says Michael Bay's a genius, but he's like trashing on the Thor, like Odin stuff. Like, yo, what? Like,
the check cleared.
Yeah,
that's it. The check cleared.
That's really what it is. I'm like, yo, is Anthony Hopkins just type that they ain't calling back?
Yeah, probably that too.
Right.
OGs, they feel away. They prideful.
Right. We're not fully retiring this clip yet, so I'm going to read from it. But does Tarantino think he's black?
Time out. There's brothers that have a podcast.
Yeah.
Double Toasted.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all need to show me that same respect. Y'all was in them comments telling them like, yeah, word, agreeing with them. I got killed for saying the things that they were saying.
They said that too?
They pulled up the whole 106 in Park clip.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
And they was laughing at it. But maybe because I was criticizing him, they were laughing at it. They was like, yo, look at this guy.
Yeah.
And everybody was in the comments like, yo, word. I was like, where the fuck were y'all when I was saying this? Where were y'all when I was getting lashed for saying this?
No, straight up. Hey, man, shout out Double Toasted, man. Those are the homies, though. But yeah, they in this clip, Memphis 1316 said Tarantino is a weirdo. However, his movies are masterpieces, greatest writer / director of all time. You tried. Oh, I didn't know it was getting this negative. You try not being so emotional, you'll enjoy life more. Okay, dog. All right. Well, look, I don't agree with the greatest writer and director.
Yeah,
of all time.
that was a stretch, and nobody's emotional. It's called having an opinion. You know what I don't like with people. And I had a conversation recently about this Leangelo song. Whoa.
Oh, tweakers.
Yeah. I come from a time where when shit was whack, we shot it down. It was just like, oh, that's what they're doing? Okay. On to the next. Now we are in meme culture where things just take on a life of its own and people don't genuinely like something, but they give it life. You know what I'm saying? They speak it into success. Like, yo, this is so crazy. Look at this. Y'all listen to it 2 billion times. This is so crazy. Yeah. And I was telling somebody about this and I was just saying that. Whatever I just said just now, I was just saying that. Like, oh, John, you're a hater. We are living in a time where people don't know how to articulate how they feel about things.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is trash, or this is fire. Trash, fire. I know how to say, hey, I don't like this, and here's why I don't like it. This is all I'm doing.
Nah, it's just an opinion.
It's an opinion. I'm not being emotional. I love my life, actually, Memphis. I love my life. Can it be better in certain spaces? Of course, but I love my life. I love life.
Right.
Trust me.
We're on the podcast.
Yeah,
we obviously enjoy life.
I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. I have so much fun doing this. You don't understand. Every Wednesday when we link for this, I genuinely do the hour-plus drive. I enjoy doing this.
Hey, man.
I am having a great time. Why don't you ease up? He's not the greatest writer director of time. Sue me.
Get his dick out your mouth, dog.
There you go. On, I was waiting for RB to go there. I didn't want to have to be the one because I know I'm the aggressive one on this. RB is the teddy bear that be laughing. I'm the aggressive one that be telling y'all shut up. Get his dick out your mouth.
Yeah, nah, it's nasty how many people. I don't get it. But again, Tarantino is good.
Yes, he is. Opinions, yes.
Right, yes. But I'm not. Come on now, y'all tripping. Now this one talking about the many weird scenes in Under the Cherry Moon is about the ending, talking about or sorry, about the one that was the flashback to the other ones. It says, men, use your brains when watching movies, please. When the lady says, I miss you, Prince was drunk and tripping on how he was pimping women. That lady was someone he messed with for money. The premise of that movie was that they were gigolos. Thank you, Rude Boy.
Thank you, Rude Boy. Which, if you're Rude Boy Love, I'm assuming you're a Prince fan because the whole Rude Boy pin he used to wear during the controversy, Dirty Mind era. I'm assuming you're a Prince fan. I am a huge Prince fan too, and I realize that there's a lot of emotional Prince fans in those comments that kind of took what I was saying as like I was shitting on him and the film. I love the film. If you watch the episode, you would know that I love the film. And also, thank you for explaining that scene. I know that. I was saying that just the scene itself was just weird. I just did not like the way it was shot. I didn't like the way it was edited. That's all I'm saying. Yes, I know he was a gigolo. I think it was very obvious he was a gigolo all throughout the film. Thank you, Rude Boy. Thank you. And when you get a chance, tell Rude Boy that we responded to them.
Right.
So, yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for telling me something that I already know because I watched the film many times throughout my life. I love this film. Next year it turns 40 and I would love to revisit the film.
We can bring Corey J back.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please, Corey. Good. Yeah, shout out to Corey.
Hey. You weren't rude to Rude Boy, like no. You was very nice to Rude Boy.
Listen, 2025, I'm working on myself.
I like that. Meanwhile, I'm trying to be more of a
as you should. He be too nice.
Yeah, I gotta start bossing up on some of these people. Another Tarantino one. I don't even want to read this. This is too much sloppy right here. Oregon Life. He's a great American director.
This is what, I already see it already. This is what a lot of people were saying to me that day. He is hip hop, no different than a hip hop artist. That samples.
Yeah, exactly. No different than a hip hop artist who uses samples from another era and makes his own.
But then peep. A lot of his ideas are stolen. All right. Yes, that's what I was saying. Thank you. It's like these people just want to talk to themselves. It's like, you know what I'm saying is true.
Right.
But you like them so much, and I get it. You like them so much that you just can't help yourself. You defend it, but you know what I'm saying is true.
Yeah. It's like,
damn.
I was like, yo.
And again, we know homages and stuff like that, but he takes, and then people like, I don't know, Memphis go around and say things like, he's so original.
Right.
He's the greatest.
He's a one of a kind voice.
Yeah,
things we've never seen before. Yeah, we saw that 50 years ago.
So make up your mind. Is he original or is he sampling? Which one we doing? Oh man. You know what, RB? Mm-hmm. That's it. Quentin Tarantino.
All Tarantino comments were retiring.
We are retiring Tarantino.
All Tarantino comments is done. Yeah,
until he comes out with a new movie, and then we will revisit Tarantino.
Yeah. If it's about a new movie, sure.
If he got the balls to drop a movie.
He's so scared about doing his 10th and final.
Final film. I hope it's a hit. Oh my god.
Oh god, that's so whack. So whack. And then last but not least. How Prince turned his life into an Oscar-winning musical epic. Talking about Purple Rain. Kobe Page 1R7 said true stuff.
True stuff, yeah. And then we look forward to. I think the Purple Rain is going to be on Broadway by the end of this year.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice,
so that's something to look forward to. I will definitely be flying out to New York to see that. Mm-hmm. Opening night, probably, if I can get tickets. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, shout out to P, Mm-hmm. But, 2025, we are starting a new year. There's a lot of landmark anniversaries this year. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of films we're going to be getting to this year. But this one, and this is one that's been on my short list for a while. This person has been on my short list for a while. He deserves a couple episodes to just, talk about his greatness and how he's impacted both of us. Mm-hmm. The late, great John Singleton, who he just had a birthday on January 6th. He passed on April 28th, just had a birthday on January 6th. He would have been 57 years old. So when that happened, I was thinking, and I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, hold up, there's a big anniversary of his this year. And what came to mind was Higher Learning. Higher Learning came out January 11th, 1995. You know what I'm saying? This is a film
that came out in January?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a January film. It came out January. So I just want to give some time to the man, the legend, John Singleton. RB, can you for a second tell us how much he means to you?
Yeah, I mean, John Singleton is
as a LA native and filmmaker.
Yeah, definitely one of the pinnacles of Black cinema in LA, from the beginning. I definitely grew up watching Boys in the Hood numerous times. You know what I'm saying? In fact, actually I did I actually went back and searched up through my old documents history and stuff. I've probably written about Boys in the Hood more than any other film that I've
as you should.
Just between college papers, and then I did a breakdown here on First Cut with on our meeting of podcast back in the day. I did another breakdown with another homie, the Nerdy Chicano, on his channel too. And then for me, I've always grew up loving Boys in the Hood, and actually seeing John Singleton's story of him being from South Central, going to USC, writing Boys in the Hood, and then, growing his career off that. That's pretty much the template of what I was trying to.
Yeah, his story is crazy because, I knew that, but I didn't know the details of it. So basically, he joined the USC screenwriting program because, the film program was very competitive.
Right. Film program is competitive, and the screenwriting program at USC is literally harder to get into than Harvard Law School.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They only take 100 applicants every year.
Oh, wow. I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's a very small cohort.
Yeah. So, he started there, and he was asked to create 3 concepts for 3 different films. One of them when the concept was called Summer of '84, which was going to be somewhat inspired by his life and also the film Stand By Me. And the concept, he created the concept, whatever, wrote other stuff. He ended up winning a Jack Nicholson award for like another script in the program. But it wasn't until 1989 when he went to go see Do the Right Thing that he was like, yo, this Summer '84 concept, I need to just, pick it up, dust it off, and, and add on to it, really, really carry it. Like he said, I got to make my shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was compelled to materialize the script. And while finishing the script, he was listening to a lot of Eazy-E and NWA, and that script became Boys in the Hood. As a senior at USC, he ended up interning at Columbia Pictures, where his job was to read scripts and either reject them or send them to his bosses for their approval.
Development, basically.
Yeah. So he didn't enjoy the job. Yeah. He called them whack-ass scripts.
Yeah.
He complained endlessly about having to do that. And then one day somebody at the program was like, yo, let me see what you're doing. That was on a Friday.
Right.
By that Monday, CAA was calling him to represent him.
Yo, for
and
real.
Boys in the Hood was one of them scripts that like was getting passed around. It was hot. Russell Simmons at one point wanted to develop it. It was really getting a lot of attention, and to the point where it got competitive. And being that he was already in house at Columbia Pictures, he was interning. They had the heads up, and they kind of beat out everybody, and they gave him a 3-picture deal. And that script was part of the deal, but they gave him a 3-picture deal, and he had enough leverage to then say, hey, I want to direct this script. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, he hadn't graduated yet. Still at USC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that said, he rounded up Laurence Fishburne. Angela Bassett, maybe one of her first film roles, like feature film roles.
Right.
Cuba Gooding Jr., one of his first like real film, like he wasn't coming to America sitting in the chair at the barbershop.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
yeah,
this is like his first real role.
Right. Ice Cube,
Morris Chestnut, Nia Long, Regina King. For $6 million, they made Boys in the Hood. And as the saying goes, nothing was the same for John Singleton. The film ended up making, I'm going to tell you exactly what it made. It made 57 domestically.
Ooh.
But with, you factor in international.
Worldwide.
Yeah, even rentals and stuff like that. It's made like well over $100 million.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Rentals. And then, of course, it's had a very healthy life on home video.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, on streaming, too. I believe at one point it was one of the highest streamed movies during the pandemic.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah. So, and then not to also mention John Singleton being the first Black director nominated for Best Director in the at the Academy Awards. Youngest as well.
The youngest too, and he got 2 Academy Award nominations: Best Director and Best Original Screenplay for Boys in the Hood. So he had man, and I think it's also interesting. I think we should also add this is good little context. He joined the DGA, which. We work in production, the politics in the industry. Once you join DGA, it's very political. You do that, you pay your dues, and they'll look out for you. Whereas, it's been speculated that people like Spike didn't join the DGA immediately, kind of intentionally, and this is why he kind of gets pushed to the side sometimes. This is all speculation, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but John played the game smart, and he it's just a fast track to success. You know what I'm saying? He took off. He's friggin' directing short film for Michael Jackson.
Right.
Eddie Murphy, Iman, Magic Johnson, Remember the Time. And then through this, he was already developing a script that he was gonna do. And he got in touch with Janet Jackson, Tupac, and them. They made Poetic Justice, which Poetic Justice didn't fare as well as Boys in the Hood. Definitely not critically. Critically, Poetic Justice took a little bit more of a beating. Still a good film. I still think it's a good film.
Yeah, I like Poetic Justice.
It definitely didn't gross as much, but it was still a success. It was a moderate success. He was still
I feel like elevated Tupac's star level considerably.
Sure.
I mean, because people knew Tupac as the rapper and as everything, but I feel like that's a movie that introduced another side of Tupac to kind of help him. I don't want to sound like, sleazy, but kind of brought him to the women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Opened up a lot of Tupac's like women.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of women, when they think of Tupac, at least when I talk to him, they say less of his music and more of like,
because you know Ice Cube was supposed to be Lucky, but Ice Cube was like, I ain't doing the lovey-dovey shit.
Right.
And now you think about it, can you see Ice Cube having to be a love interest? No, like no way. But Pac did it. And like you said, it opened those doors for him. You know what I'm saying? It shows that how 3-dimensional he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just a freaking psycho in Juice. And now he's kind of playing Lucky, and he's, you know, he's a little bit more toned down and a little bit more grounded as a character. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that, you know, again, didn't do as well as Boys, but it was still successful enough to keep him in Columbia's good graces. So, you know, when it comes time for his third feature film, he had carte blanche. He could do whatever he want. Right. He was the golden boy. You know what I'm saying? Over there at Columbia. What we should note is when they was filming Poetic Justice, the Rodney King trials was underway, and there's a very famous footage of John Singleton showing up to the courtroom, the wherever they was in Simi Valley, because they was shooting Poetic Justice in Simi Valley. He showed up when they announced the verdict. And he's going off outside the courtroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
Los Angeles, do you think the jury would have had the demographics that it had? The jury would have reflected. You're supposed to be. Law says I'm not a lawyer, but it says you're supposed to go before a jury of your peers. Those people are not his peers. The people that indicted Mike Tyson were not his peers.
I have
wait. The people, wait. The people, listen, all this stuff, the whole, it's just like a bomb. It's a bomb. We're sitting on a bomb. You know? I mean, this happens. They put a black man in jail for kicking a dog, but they let a Korean woman off for shooting a young black woman. What are they telling our kids?
He's going off. Like, I love that footage. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh shit, he was there. You know, and
they also talked about the riots a little bit in Poetic Justice as well.
A lot of the aftermath is shot. You know, you see some of the aftermath of the riots or the uprising, as some uprising. You know,
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you know, so you see that. So he took that anger with him back to set, and he knew that whatever he did next, it was going to be fueled by that, you know, just race. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Poetic Justice and Boys in the Hood with, like, you know, the hood films. You know what I'm saying? One could say Spike was doing the race thing. You know what I'm saying? But he knew that he wanted race to be a central theme and topic with his next film. And also he wanted to kind of write something that was reflective of his time at USC. You know? So yeah, he started to develop Higher Learning at that point in '92, and when they knew that was going to be his next film, they gave him the green light. You know what I'm saying?
Higher Learning is definitely one of those movies. It's funny because I definitely grew up watching Boys in the Hood and, to a lesser extent, Poetic Justice, but also saw Poetic Justice a lot more when I was younger. Higher Learning, I didn't really watch that much. You know, growing up. Yeah, I really watched it for the first time really in like 2018, 2019, something like that. Yeah, like fully through. And then my mom was also watching it when I was rewatching it, and she said, yeah, like she has seen it before, but you know, I don't know if this one really had the same like impact, you know, as the other ones did, in terms of, especially to, you know, maybe the hood per se. Yeah. Now for me as somebody who went to USC and like was really,
this is what I wanted to hear. Like you're you know, you going to USC and stuff like that. Let me know what you.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fascinating seeing this at, you know, while I was at USC. I was watching it while I was at USC too, and it is a very, you know, accurate is the right word, especially for the beginning of it, especially for the first half of it. First hour and a half of it is definitely very talking about all the themes of it, right? Being black, you know, being black and having that not in your, having the racism not being in your face, but more mental, when he's saying that to Laurence Fishburne. I always resonated with that.
So I got a problem with it. The way these fools be tripping when they see a black face.
Someone spit in your face when you first came to campus? Was there a cross burned outside your dormitory?
No, and I know what you're trying to get at. Look, man, just because it ain't up in my face, I don't mean it's not happening. It's less physical now. It's more mental. I gotta run and study, man. I don't see these white folks worrying about nothing but going to class and playing handball.
You know, talking about skiing and all. Man, they don't have the same worries I do.
Then your problem is financial. Not racial, but economic.
That's the part of racism that I feel like white people will never understand, like the mental part of it. Like we know it, but they love to call us victims. But it's like we know it with the microaggressions, the certain things you say and do. Yeah, you're not walking around with a noose hanging off your shoulder telling me, "Oh, you better stay in your lane, boy." But you're doing that verbally.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You're doing that by the way you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Pander, kind of pandering, kind of patronizing a little bit. Yeah.
Some of them you squeeze, some of them, especially the liberal ones, you squeeze them, you pinch them a little bit more, you challenge them, it'll come out.
It'll come out. Yeah. And that's real. I mean, I feel like they did a great job addressing the wide variety of political thought that's on a college campus. Also talking about how, for a lot of times for black students, which is very real, the black teachers will go harder on you because you're black, like Laurence Fishburne will go extra hard. I definitely had that with a couple teachers at both USC and at CSUN.
But but that's the dope thing about having black teachers, professors, you know what I'm saying? They see it in you. Like I have, in a lesser degree, I have a black doctor. And this woman, I swear by her, I pay out of pocket, even though she moved networks. Like, I got to pay out of pocket. But I do that proudly because she cares about me.
Right, that's good.
She will chastise me if she sees my blood sugar levels is crazy. And she's like, do you understand at your age, black men, I need that. We all need that mama, like, you know what I mean? Or that daddy, like, influence over us to really get in our ass. Because it's like, let's be real. These other people, they're like, well, that's another statistic. Yeah. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I hope he got health insurance. I hope he could pay for the funeral. My aunt, God bless his soul, she was kind of, she was dealing with cancer. Uterus cancer or one, it was like, oh, well, you got gas.
No, what? Yeah.
It was in that turf for a while.
Yeah, misdiagnosed. And that probably, honestly, that probably.
They didn't care to really. Right. I mean, come on. By the time they found it, it was halfway there.
Dang. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
they have no kind of respect or regard towards, black people, especially, in the healthcare industry for sure. So, yeah.
Gas?
Definitely. Yeah,
like come on, dog.
Like, come on, and they didn't run. They so they didn't run no real test.
No, exactly.
So it's
if the conclusion was, hey, fart some more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't run no real test.
Drink a little 7-Up.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
son.
Nah, that's how I do black people. But it is good to have those black people in those roles who do look out for like a doctor, like a Laurence Fishburne's professor. I forget the name.
Phipps, Professor
Phipps, right?
Who was supposed to be played by Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, really?
And then at one point, Sidney Poitier was supposed to play him.
Oh, that's Fibs and Tips.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he was supposed to play him, and then this is why he takes on the Caribbean accent, which for the longest, again, because I'm of Caribbean descent, for the longest I'm like, what is he? But it comes up like kind of Bahamian, kind of, which Sidney Poitier is.
Okay.
Also, it should be noticed, Sidney Poitier turned down some good roles in the 90s because I found out recently he was supposed to be with Cindy and Archie and Malcolm X.
Oh, really?
He turned that down.
That would have been nice too. Yeah. Hey, but Delroy Lindo, like,
shout out to Delroy. He needed that. Yeah, that was God that intervened for that one. Because if you hear the story, Delroy turned it down because of the money, and then when he realized the grass wasn't green on the other side, he was like tried to double back, and I heard that spike, and it was kind of just like, well, let's see what Sydney says.
Right.
And then if Sydney says no, then you better be ready to go. And at that point, Delroy was like, "Yo, I'm ready. Like, let's go. Like I'll take it. Whatever." You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
that was a career. I thought it was a big career.
Oh yeah, 100. That put him on the map.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, not to higher learning put a lot of people on the map too.
Yes.
Particularly for me, Michael Rapaport. I think this is one of the early movies I probably saw. Michael Rapaport. I don't know, was he in anything before then, or?
Here's the thing. Let's talk about that cast real quick.
Right.
You got your regulars, which is Ice Cube, Laurence Fishburne, Regina King, Michael Rapaport. If you blink, you'll miss him in Poetic Justice. When and he was in Zebrahead. Zebrahead. It was like a kind of like an interracial relationship kind of film. I think it's more notable for the fact that the soundtrack has the first ever Nas record on it, Halftime.
Oh, really? You New Yorkers.
Yeah. I think that's what it's most notable for. But yeah.
Oh, okay, I never heard of this one. Okay, I gotta peep this.
Yeah, he has a blend. It used to come on Black Stars every now and then back in the day, but I never really watched it.
A Jewish boy dates a black girl from New York despite critics in their Detroit neighborhood. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So, but like I said, he at this point he was a Singleton regular because he was in Poetic Justice. Blink, you miss him. I think when they finally got the mail, and that's another reason why Poetic Justice I like it, but the premise is kind of silly. It's like a road driving all the way to Oakland. Like, what? With the mail truck? What? Yeah, anywho, so when he finally gets the mail to the spot, what's his name is the asshole guy receiving it. He's just like, it's Mike Rapaport.
Okay. I forgot about that.
Omar Epps of Juice is in it. Omar Epps replaces Tupac.
See, I kind of thought that kind of felt like a little bit of a Tupac character.
Tupac was supposed to be Malik. Tupac was supposed to be Malik, but your man got caught up in that sexual assault thing, and Columbia said, "Hey, John, we fucks with you, but we are not funding this film if Tupac is the lead. It's not happening."
Dang, for real, they said that?
It's not happening. And then, of course, with sexual assault, I don't know. This is a crazy question. I don't know if you know anybody that has done sexual assault.
Thankfully, I don't.
No, I'm not laughing about that.
Right.
But it's like, I'm not gonna come to defend them or co-sign them if them allegations is out there. I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah.
Because one, I don't. That's a sticky one. And then two, I don't know what you do in your private time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I think John Singleton kind of fell back from Pac. Pac felt away.
Yeah.
Pac is very destructive. He's on record saying, he stole from you a higher learning. That scene where Malik was running with the young gifted and black. I wrote that. I got the script. I hate this mama.
Yo, he said that for real? Pac said that? Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Yes,
dang.
Pac is the audio of Pac saying all of this.
Dang.
And I guess they must have had a falling out. Well, a one-sided falling out. Because Pac is just a fucking nut. It was at a one-sided falling out. But Singleton did want Pac, after Poetic Justice, he wanted him to be in this and Baby Boy. He wanted him to be the De Niro to his Scorsese. He's on record saying it. He's like, he always wanted that, but I don't know if they ever that relationship ever healed after this film came out.
Interesting.
Yeah, but Pac, according to Pac, John Singleton stole that from him. And but he was supposed to be Malik. Future Academy Award winner Jennifer Connelly from A Beautiful Mind. She plays Taryn, the lesbian on campus, that befriends Kristy Swanson, Kristen.
I was gonna say we didn't talk about the whole sexual assault angle on that front.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into all of that, but I just wanna real quick. I want to talk about Kristy Swanson. Kristy Swanson, she was in the 80s. She was, a little young. Kristy Swanson was the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, interesting. She's in the movie.
In the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer film. She's in this film as Kristy? No, Kristen. She's Kristen in this film. But unfortunately, in the time since this film, she's fallen down the MAGA rabbit hole.
Oh, really?
She's another one of them E-list actors that fell into the MAGA rabbit hole. It's so funny when John Singleton was with us. I followed John Singleton and I followed each other on social media.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he used to like pictures of my daughter and stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's because I shouted him. I saw him. I actually got to see him somewhere. Told him how much he meant to me, and he followed me.
Oh, that's dope.
And because I think I posted something on Twitter, and he followed me there, followed me on Instagram.
Oh shit.
Nice. Somebody on Twitter told a story about Kristy Swanson and the casting of this film, and he's not on Twitter anymore, so his tweet is gone. I could not find it, but I do remember it in real time. This is actually like right before Singleton passed, maybe the year or a few months before he passed. I seen the tweet. She responded to the tweet. Let me pull it up. She responded to this person's tweet. I forget what they said. And she's like, well, this story isn't true at all. It is very disrespectful to me. # John Singleton and our film Higher Learning that we all worked very hard on and believed in its message. You choose to spread an untrue story about me to try to make people believe I am racist. # unlearn. And she tagged John Singleton in it, I guess, so he could see it.
Right.
And then she was just like, how about the many racist mentions you actually egged on with untrue story about my whiteness and John Singleton, but I'm sure you would never apologize to either one of us.
Yeah.
However, John Singleton did respond to the story. So in this story, John Singleton said that he was wearing a Malcolm X necklace at the reading, or I guess the audition. It was a Malcolm X head.
Right.
And she thought it was Sammy Davis Jr. He said she actually thought it was Sammy Davis Jr. I was wearing around my neck. I said, you're perfect for the part. She saw this.
Right.
And she goes, laughing emoji, true. We giggled, we laughed and giggled and became friends over lunch. I still laugh about this story. That necklace was awesome. You helped me to learn about Malcolm X. And she spelled Malcolm. I hate when people spell Malcolm X wrong. She spelled it without that second L. That second L.
Yeah.
Malcolm X. It was not taught in school. I'm forever grateful for my time with you on Higher Learning.
Hilarious.
So this character is her.
Right.
Just naive, green, don't know nothing about nothing. And I'm interested because, in looking into this film after I watched it, and there's people, and this is the brilliance of the film, and we didn't even really go into the story. The story of this film is just everybody comes to Columbia University. There's a bunch of freshmen coming to Columbia University of different backgrounds. You got Remy, he is this white boy, this regular white boy. You got Kristen, white girl from Orange County, lived near Disneyland. She kind of points that out.
And then Regina King is her roommate.
Yeah, Regina King is Monet, her roommate. Rapaport, you kind of get a sense he's kind of back homey country, like.
Yeah. I think he said at one point he's like from Idaho.
Yeah. So he's in the cornfields.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He don't know no black people.
Yeah. Then you got Malik, who's this hot shot athlete coming in from wherever. You know what I'm saying? And they all converge, on campus, and things start to happen. Just different dynamics. Different backgrounds. People just start to clash. Race. Sex, all sorts of things.
It kind of speaks perfectly to the thing that happens in college where you just kind of find a click. Like, that
scene where he's like, let's take a trip around the world.
Let's take a trip around the world. Look there. Up under the statue, you see them people? That's Disneyland. And there's Chinatown. And over there, that's south of the border. And this right here is the black hole. Because we black folks.
I literally experienced that in college.
Yeah.
Like when I got to college, that scene made so much sense. I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is really black people right here. The white folks over there, the Asians, the Mexicans or Hispanics, and even the Mexican Hispanics is different type of Hispanics. The Mexicans that stay over here, Dominican, Puerto Ricans over here. You know what I'm saying?
The Cubans.
They'll really separate themselves. So there's a lot of that happening. And the characters all they kind of find their paths, and when they do, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? She, what was I going with this? Yeah, she kind of falls into a path where she becomes very hippie, liberal, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed in doing my reading around and just checking Twitter to see what people think about the film. And then this is the genius of the film. I think in a lot of ways it's a lot like Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is in the title. Do the Right Thing. You know what I'm saying? You can watch this film, and depending on who you are, you can sympathize with each one of these characters. You can watch it through their lens. When I was a kid, and I saw this film in theaters when I was a kid, I was like, if this came out January, that means I was turning 7 when I went to go see it.
Oh dang! Yeah, R-rated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My mom used to take me to movies all the time, so I went to go see this in the movies. I remember the audience. I remember when they showed Omar Epps when he came to the elevator. The woman in the theater was going crazy. They thought he was fine. Yeah. Yeah. Like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I remember all of that, and of course, me being black, I'm going to see this through Malik point of view. You know what I'm saying? I kind of sympathize with his character. But in watching it now, I took a step back, and I was just like, all of these people, it depends on who you are. You could kind of you could watch it through their lens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like Kristen especially is the second most prominent character, of course, because you know she goes through it all. I mean, she goes through the most of kind of transformation through it, and including that awful grape scene. I don't want to say anything.
Listen,
yo,
yeah, I know,
right.
But that was they made that a discussion. You know what I'm saying in the film. That was something that was brought up in the film. Frat bro culture, and sexual assault, rape culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That converges, and that's a thing that we're seeing now.
Yeah, and it's very prevalent in conversation now, especially at USC. Man, I remember even when I was at SC, like that frat row, they're walking down all them houses, like, fool boy, you better be careful. Taryn told Kristen, like, don't walk alone at night, type thing.
She didn't even know what the blue lights were. She didn't know.
Yeah, the emergency and stuff. And then unfortunately, when people don't report it like immediately, then it kind of gets swept under the rug, gets ignored, and it becomes a whole nother cycle. And they did a really good job of highlighting all of those different aspects. Fudge, Ice Cube's character, the super senior that had been there for 60 years, definitely a college archetype right there. I definitely knew brothers. There's a dude named Noah in my fraternity, literally had been in SC for like 7 years, approaching 8. Like,
oh my god,
still like have switched majors mad times. Like, how you doing this? Like, it's crazy. They be mad smart. You just know they don't want to leave school because once they get out to the real world,
they get real.
Yeah. So they just like the comfort of being in school and stuff like that. But I loved all the different aspects of showing how all these characters could kind of build into their levels of into their corners, kind of go into their corners.
And and one thing I picked up on in watching it now is, when you watch things like this, it's very black and white. It's just like, oh, this person becomes this person becomes that. Like, I feel like this might be one of John Singleton's best scripts, because he really takes his time to show you how they got in these lanes. You know what I'm saying? Remy, for what it's worth, he becomes a skinhead, and but he's lost. Really and truly, like he's really lost on camp. He's trying to figure out who he is. This is a new world for him. He's around a bunch of different people. He gets easily swayed into this whole neo-Nazi white supremacist thing, and it's just kind of like you kind of feel bad for him though, because it's like, yo, bro, like this ain't, you came in for engineering, this ain't the way. Like they kind of caught you lacking, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, how they caught him out there like that. You feel for him, you feel for Kristen, because she had one hell of a semester.
Right.
She got sexually assaulted to kick it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then she's she meets this woman, and remember lesbianism, like the gay thing.
Yeah, it was
still like there's a scene where they walking holding hands, and they kind of Regina King and her friends looking at them like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas now it's like water under the bridge. We wouldn't care unless you're a fucking bigot. But you kind of she does, and then she's because she gets chastised by Laurence Fishburne for her paper.
Right.
Hey, listen, you have these thoughts, but you don't have a concrete solution to anything.
Right.
Like, you're not really buying into your belief. You're just telling me the facts. You're not really being objective. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna start a peace rally with this, that, and the third, and I want to change this. And a whole shootout, mass shooting breaks out, which is another thing that they touch on in this film. That unfortunately
ahead of his time.
And the time since has become normalized, and I am going to be honest with you, the scene hit so much harder for me now, seeing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it because now it's, back then it's a film. That's extreme.
Right.
Motherfuckers going postal. That's extreme. In the year of our Lord 2025, that can happen tomorrow, and people will be back to talking about some bullshit the next day because it's so normal now.
Right. And it'll probably actually be the freaking skinhead or something like that. Yeah. Or some neo-Nazi who...
Oh, excuse me. They don't have skinheads now. They got red caps.
Right. Oh, yeah. And that's what's very funny for me, because I went to SC. I started USC in 2016, right when Trump got elected. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when Trump got elected, it was like a huge wake-up call for me, because obviously I'm black. Everybody I knew, most people I knew were either black or Hispanic or probably Asian to some extent too. But most people obviously democratic or a little bit more on that side. But yeah, going to the USC on campus the day after Trump won, seeing mad people wearing the red hats, mad white boys wearing the red hat. You know, it was something. It was something. I think John Singleton perfectly illustrated that isolation and the isolation in thought, but also in identity as well, because everybody, like I said, they get into these cliques because they don't know who to identify with. They don't even, a lot of people going to college not even knowing who they are themselves. So they're still trying to find a way. So that's why when we get that origin story from Remy, him going down that white supremacist path, like he really didn't, he came in as a blank slate. Like if he would have hung out with Fudge or
Fudge wasn't letting that shit happen.
I mean, yeah, he probably wouldn't.
Fudge threatened to whoop his ass because he's complaining about the music and shit like that.
But yeah, I mean, if he didn't complain about the music and he would have been cool with the brothers, he probably would have been. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and that's the fascinating part. It's like, like they really chose these paths, and it's like by the end of the film, it's like, damn, this is where the chips fell.
Yeah. Very ahead of his time.
Speaking of Fudge again. Fudge had a very good scene where he's talking, he's pressing Malik about what he's doing, his purpose, and he's talking about having to run the school to keep his scholarship. So he asked him, he's like, "Yo, you
at a football game, there's thousands of people there, all of them white. The American flag is right above your head. They're about to play the national anthem. All these people turn around and look you dead in your eye. What do?
I stand up. I'll probably be so embarrassed here. Stand up, you know what I'm saying?
So they got you running for the school, huh?
Yeah, partial scholarship.
And if you don't run, you don't get no tuition, right?
That's the way the system goes.
Run, nigga, run.
He's just like, from run, nigga, run. Like, this is your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't help but think about Colin Kaepernick in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Couldn't help thinking about that. It's like, this is a lot of that, that pressure of the anthem and the background, the history of it. You know what I'm saying? And taking notes, there's moments I put like little crystal ball emojis. Like these is moments that's like, oh shit, this is relevant today.
That's exactly. I think they actually ended up, especially during this time too of like no NIL deals. Like him actually losing that running scholarship meant him losing his opportunity to go to school.
Yes.
So it was just a lot more pressure than just the average student. And he expresses that to Laurence Fishburne and to, other characters too. Yeah. Like, he's under the pressure of trying to run, trying to keep good grades, and also, just trying to be black in this non-black, it's predominantly white university, you know what I'm saying?
And again, he falls off the wayside because he hanging around with Fudge. He started seeing things how he saw it. Fudge still, as militant as he was a smart dude.
Right.
Malik, however, was so green, again, just as green as Remy, just as green as Kristen. He's just kind of like, I'm going to be angry just to be angry. You know what I'm saying? And he just sounds stupid after a while. He's just rambling off this, he's looking at, shout out to Morris Chestnut who pops up, I said to myself, Ricky! Say, oh shit, Ricky's alive. When Ricky is kissing up on the one, he's like, look at that cave bitch. And he's telling Tyra Banks, he's like, you don't feel a way as a black woman. She's just like, no, like I'm good. Like, shout out to Tyra Banks. That was John Singleton's girlfriend at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were boyfriend girlfriend at the time. She's in the film.
Dang, he was dating supermodel.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my brother. When you become famous, you can get whatever you want.
Anything's possible.
Literally, whatever you want.
It's funny. Tyra Banks is probably the one part of the film that was like, not the greatest.
No,
she was not the greatest.
When she was mad at Omar Epps for fighting, it's just like,
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Like, girl,
yeah,
I know how you got this job. You know, even just setting the background being Columbia University, Christopher Columbus. It's just everything around this film. It's just like served on a plate. And you know what I'm saying?
And I straight up thought, even watching it while I was USC and watching it, I rewatched it, you know, in preparation for this. I literally was like, oh, they had to film at USC. Like, this looks so much like USC, but apparently
was UCLA.
Yeah, USC rejected the filming there, which is
it was gonna get too real.
Yeah,
it got too real. The subject matter, because you know you gotta give them the script. You're like, yo, check this out. It was like, what? Oh, nah, we're not doing.
It's based on, and you know, but again, I think that's the brilliance of John Singleton's work, is that it all feels personal. Like, Boys in the Hood feels very personal.
Yeah.
Poetic Justice feels very personal, and this one especially feels like he was just dramatizing like his college experience. Of course, the leading to the shootout and stuff like that is definitely a little bit more dramatic, elevated and stuff like that. But again, like you said, it's really just speaking ahead of his time to what we.
I'll say this, man. When Michael Rapaport character turned heel, when Remy turned heel, that was frightening. It was truly frightening. That scene where he's in the classroom and he's looking around. And he sees the black dude with the kente cloth shirt. He sees the Hispanics. He's an Asian. And he takes off that hat. Stanley Clark's score just. It's scary. It really truly is scary. And then when he's linking with Scott, shout out to the dude that plays Scott. Is it Cole Hauser? Is his name?
Oh, let me see.
The dude that recruited Remy. He is good in this film.
Oh yeah. That dude, yeah.
He's very good in this film.
He's like, hey, listen, brother.
Me and a couple of friends, we were gonna go get a drink down at this bar over here. You wanna come along?
Huh?
I said me and my buddies were gonna go get a drink. You wanna come along?
What are you, some queer or something? Huh?
What? What are you talking about?
I should kick your ass, man.
First off, don't ever touch me again. I will beat you to the fucking ground, boy. Secondly, I ain't no faggot. I just want to know if you want to get a drink, that's all.
And it's a great overhead shot that they do.
Yeah.
Like when they're walking and it's just their shadows, and then you see the other skinheads just like slowly stand up. Like as they walk. I'm like, yo, this is
so good.
Right.
Even the scene where they're talking to him in the room and you got that light just on him and you see that swastika behind. It's just it's very striking. It's very striking.
They're having the conversation behind the American flag.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of symbolism. A lot of I loved it, man. I loved it.
And we didn't even mention Busta Rhymes.
Oh, Busta Rhymes. This is Busta Rhymes, mind you. This is before his hit solo debut. So Busta is coming off of Leaders of the New School, and he gets thrown in this film, which I think is very interesting. Like John Singleton, I know at the time there's a lot of actors that feel a way about rappers taking roles and stuff like that. But John Singleton literally says that he is the filmmaker. He feels like he's the first filmmaker of the hip hop generation. So he's like, yo, my films are made with a very hip hop aesthetic. I feel like I have the same sensibility as rappers in film. So he embraces this a lot. There's Ice Cube, Tupac, Busta. He works with Busta again in Shaft. He ain't a rapper, but your boy Tyrese Gibson and Baby Boy, and Too Fast and Furious, Ludacris and the Fast,
he did introduce Luda.
That's Luda's intro into the Fast and Furious universe. It's through John Singleton. Andre 3000 and Four Brothers.
And Four Brothers,
So he works with rappers a lot. He embraces that side of things.
Janet Jackson's not a rapper either.
Right. She's not a rapper. But let's be real too. She was there for marketing reasons.
Let's be real. Oh, she was there.
You gonna get people. That was the big. I mean, that was Poetic Justice was his second film. That's a sophomore effort. That's the big bang. You gotta come out swinging.
You gotta come out big with that one. Yeah, that's true. Now I will say. Sorry, I know I'm jumping all over the place. But the skinheads thing, I didn't even realize this came out before American History X. So this is kind of like shining a light on like the dangers of skinheads and neo-Nazis before it kind of came into the mainstream. So Very ahead of his time on that level. Literally ahead of its time and before the quote unquote mainstream version of Skinheads kind of came out with American History X. Yeah, so deep stuff there.
Yeah, listen, man, they touch on a lot of topics. You know, you get police, racist police, or in this case, security.
Right. Oh yeah, they always come up busting up the black parties.
Yeah, breaking up the black parties. You know, when they broke it up, and he's like, yo, you gonna tell them white boys about that hillbilly shit? He's like, oh, I dig rock and roll.
Yeah,
I dig rock and roll.
They went to fight Billy, who raped after he raped Kristen, and then they have fight. Literally, all these people are outside and watching this, and dude just literally rape the girl. Like, and then of course the black students are the ones that gotta are the ones making trouble.
Shout out to Kristen in that moment, because it's like that happened to her, right? Traumatic. She tells Monet. Monet makes the phone call. No, the dude calls after.
Right.
Monet answers the call. He calls her a black bitch.
Put her on the phone, you black bitch. What did you say?
Funny that like now when you see these black people roll up deep, here come Kristen little white ass. Who was it? She points them out. I was like, yo, but that, and her friends was good on her after that. You know what I'm saying? They were just like, oh, like they come and start in trouble all the time, and then that happened. Forget it. They wasn't banging with her.
Them little white fraternity.
Her friends was whack anyway because they there's a scene with she's talking about coming to school, and they're like, let's get an apartment. She's like, no, I can't afford that. And then this is like, well, just ask your parents for money. Again, privilege.
Right.
Ask your parents for money. And then she's just kind of like, nah, well, my dad got laid off at this. I'm barely even paying for school. And here go the one friend played by I think Bridget Wilson. That's her name. She's from Last Action Hero. She's like, well, my roommate's Mexican. She's here on a scholarship. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Affirmative action. This is something that is itching their ass now. They hate that. You know what I'm saying? Like there was just so much things. Like this movie is what, 2 hours?
Yeah, I think about 2 hours and 20 I think it's like 2 hours and 8 minutes or something. Very short.
This could be a series.
Yeah, it could be 2 hours and 8 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Higher Learning could 100% be a series today, where you could get more characters. Because one of the complaints, this always happens. One of the complaints John Singleton got, they screened it at USC. I think Todd Boyd screened it at USC.
Todd Boyd, that's the professor who was hard as fuck.
That's
the black professor who be hard on. It was hard.
That's every time I see him, that's my guy. Like I really would like to meet him one day.
No, he's great. He's a legend. He's amazing.
Yeah, Todd Boyd, he screened it for some students at USC, and they was just like, well, he didn't touch on what the Asians and Hispanics goes through. Look. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna put it out there. It's gonna sound very dismissive, and it's okay. But come in. Let's
talk.
Make your own shit. Okay. Stop relying on black people. Seriously, stop relying on black people to do everything for you. Okay. Because a lot of y'all asses put too much energy into assimilating with them. That y'all don't even tell your side of your traumas. Y'all just put away your traumas because a lot of y'all, and I'm not saying all of you, but a lot of y'all try to walk in line with them. And when shit happens to us, you stand right beside them to point your finger. Yeah. They're making everything about rid of. And you don't realize that you're going through shit yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? So stop relying on black voices to we got enough shit to deal with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You stop relying on us to tell your story.
Right. That's like when people was mad at Kendrick for not bringing out Mexicans at the pop out like on Juneteenth. Yeah, sorry, we couldn't bring out some Latinos on Juneteenth.
All right, it's Juneteenth.
Like,
the hell? Like this is our shit. Like, you got your shit. You got Cinco de Mayo, whatever the hell y'all got. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But this is our shit. We doing shit for us. Like, come on now. Like, stop it. Like that's just such a lame critique.
Yeah, super lame.
Lame.
I ain't gonna lie though. The way the Mexicans was hitting it on GNX, like that was kind of slapping on.
No, shout out to y'all. Listen,
yeah.
I'm not shitting on the peoples. You know?
No, never shitting on people.
Yeah, this is really just around that conversation. Like it's annoying because even with Black Lives Matter, when that was going on, George Floyd, and then there was something that happened somewhere out here where it was like a Mexican got shot by the police or something like that, and like they get on the news and they're about to, they're airing the grievances out, whatever. oh, where's Black Lives Matter now? What? Like,
right. And by the way, we will fight with y'all if y'all want to fight with us.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
if you come to our thing, we'll come to you. Like
Absolutely.
That's what black people do. We loving people. You know,
that's what we do. We give away the sauce and everything. We let everybody come, but until y'all take it and either shit on us for it or you take it and try to claim it as your own, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just like when I seen that critique, I'm like, oh my god, like you want him to do everything. You want John to change the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible. Like, I feel like a lot of ground was covered. You got white, black, gay, lesbian,
sexual assault victim, which is
sexual assault victim.
That really is the thing that really hasn't been talked about at all.
Yeah,
you know,
and the fact that it's depicted on film like that, you know, in '95,
that scene was tough to watch though.
Yeah, today it is.
That's even. That's when we're talking about Blink Twice, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, like those '70s movies used to have some crazy grape scenes in there. Like this was one of those. Like, even though it's not '70s, but it was even still. I was like, oh, I don't even like. Yeah. When it's going, it's like I almost have to fast forward through it.
Didn't want to wear a condom. He just forced himself in there. And just
she's saying no. I'm like, oh god, what's going on, man?
While Tori Amos was losing my religion.
I will say John Singleton so good with the music, man.
The music, I didn't realize how much music is in this film. There's a lot of music in Higher Learning, and the music is very diverse. The Higher Learning soundtrack is a very good soundtrack.
Oh yeah, there's
a very good soundtrack.
It really puts you into the moods and the headspace of different characters.
Yes,
I forgot. I forgot what song I meant to Shazam it when it was playing in the movie. But it was like in like the latter half of it when I forgot what was happening too. There was like a real like white like indie song. I'm like, oh, this is
at the peace rally.
Yeah,
that's my shit.
Yeah.
Yo, my mom had the soundtrack. My mom had the soundtrack because Raphael Sadiq's "Ask of You" is a R&B classic. Matter of fact, I remember when we went to go see the movie. They the day we went to go see the movie, there used to be a show on BT called Teen Summit. And it was like teens, like, you know, they bring up issues, and they had a whole episode dedicated to Higher Learning. And I think he performed it there or stuff like that. My mom went and got the soundtrack from The Wiz. Shout out to The Wiz on Fordham Road in the Bronx, and then we took the trip to Bay Plaza in the Bronx to go see the movie. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
That's dope.
I love the movie. I love the movie. In fact, there's you might go on my feed on Instagram. There's a video of me at 7 years old reciting what is high, what is higher, what is learn. Like, I have a video of me. I'm doing that at 7 years. I loved this film.
That's fire.
At a very early age, I loved this film, and it's just like, you know, with time, it's just like, oh shit, like this is really one of them ones. I think I can honestly put this at like top 3 Singleton film.
Oh, top 3 John Singleton film. Oh, okay.
What would your top 3 look like?
I gotta think about that a little bit. I mean, I probably would put. I mean, obviously, Boys in the Hood probably number 1.
Of course,
I love Baby Boy. I mean, I know you don't like Baby Boy, but
we'll revisit that at some point.
Yeah, talk about Baby Boy. It should be turning 25 or something pretty soon. I don't know.
Next year it turns 25.
Okay. Oh, it came out 2001. Okay, cool. Yeah, and then yeah. I would probably say number 1, Baby Boy. Number 2.
Whoa.
Sorry, no. Number 1, Boys in the Hood. Number 2, Baby Boy. Number 3, it probably would be this one. I'm not gonna have a soft spot for Too Fast, Too Furious. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love the Fast and Furious movies, dog. I love them. I love every second of them. And I will say too, talking about the music of it, like the music in Higher Learning is great. The music in Too Fast, Too Furious is great too. But the one thing that John did this in also Boys in the Hood too. There's a studying montage where Omar Epps is studying, and it's the absolute worst study music, or he does the jazzy thing, like the jazz little music. I don't know why they did it in Boys in the Hood. I hated that scene.
Was that in Higher Learning?
I think it was either Omar Epps. It was some sort of like studying montage or like learning montage. He was reading something in the library, and then it was real quick, dog. It's nitpick, you know what I'm saying? But like. Yeah, that music was like...
I know what you're talking about.
And it's like...
it's Stanley Clark. That's the dude. He did the score for Boys in the Hood as well.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, stop doing study music. Like, whenever there's a character studying or taking a test or whatever, like, cut that out. Like, cut that whole scene. I don't want to see it. This is trash. That's like that Eazy-E, Boys in the Hood feels like a after school special. Oh, like, yeah, that's It doesn't, but that one scene felt like some after school special stuff. But that's my only critique of that whole movie. Of both Boys in the Hood and of Higher Learning. No. It's fun. Look, Higher Learning is definitely like an amazing film. Yeah. Also, I love I've always said this too. The dialogue in John Singleton movies, beautiful, because it's a great mixture of exposition, and honestly, pretty deep discussions about Black life or any kind of life. There's honestly a great discussion pieces while also feeling natural and real and not something that's like forced and hammy,
Well, we believe that, but when the film came out, critics was kind of mixed on it. And they said, according to them, they commended him for wanting to confront societal issues, but thought it was done in a very cliche and shallow way. One critic went so far as to say it's easy to forget how young Singleton is, but Higher Learning reminds us.
See, this is like, critics will say that, but then praise movies like Crash or Emilia Perez or like,
oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? It's dog.
I see Emilia Perez winning things.
Yeah.
Boy. That movie looks so bad. The music, first of all, does not sound good.
No.
It does not. I seen when it won something and I heard the music, I was like, that's from the film. I was like, oh, that's whack. And then the Zoe Saldana, the scene you put me on to. It's a strange operation. Penis to vagina.
Man to woman. Penis to vagina. I'm like, what?
I know Netflix is putting bread out on that one. Like, there's no way people really genuinely think that shit is good. Like, I'm good. I know people that said that the film was good. I'm good, dog.
Nah, I don't know.
You got to consider the source when you hear things like that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that one wasn't it for me. But it's critics. I always say too, the black tax. You got to always add 20% on Rotten Tomatoes to whatever the critics.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. I think somebody said that on Twitter one time. I kind of been rocking with that.
Okay,
idea.
that makes sense.
The black tax is 46% on Rotten Tomatoes. See, add 20 to that. I feel like we kind of in the right spot. Yeah. Even at 66 is still kind of low to me.
Still low, yeah.
But I honestly think this movie does deserve a revisit. From critics. It's actually also one of the last movies where the opening credits are done by Saul Bass. Yeah, Saul Bass. If you don't know,
who did what Vertigo and Anatomy of a Murder.
Yeah, a lot of classic Hitchcock, Anatomy of Murder. His first one was actually Carmen Jones. Funny enough. Yes. And I think he did Higher Learning. Then he did Casino, and then that was it. Yeah. So we're actually seeing like cinema. History in some respects.
Getting Saul Bass to do that is fire. That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
Saul Bass, if you're not really familiar with his work, and if you look at the Clockers poster, that's very much inspired by like Anatomy of a Murder. This film was amazing, man, and it's just like, I rock with it still, man. I rock with it. It was, like I said, it was released in January. That's best known as a dump month.
Yeah.
But Columbia felt good about this, and they even felt better about it knowing that there was white people in it. They were very excited to hear that white people was going to be in the film. So take with that what you will.
That's hilarious.
The film ended up grossing about $38 million. Better than Poetic Justice, less than Boys in the Hood. Raked in an additional $20 million in video rentals.
Ooh.
I remember when I saw it in theaters, and then when it came out on video, I made sure my aunt rented it and we watched it a lot. Then the soundtrack was successful. Soundtrack, executive produced by John.
I was gonna say, according to Wikipedia, it says he has his own record. He had his own record
New
label?
Deal Music. Yeah.
Yo, what the?
Him and Spike had their own record labels.
What?
Because remember, they were so integral with their soundtracks. Like, Spike and John Singleton soundtracks. It's like they're hands on with that. Music, it plays a big role in their films. You know what I'm saying? The soundtrack, fared, was number 39 on the 200 Billboard charts, number 9 on the R&B hip hop charts. Very diverse soundtrack. Ice Cube, Outkast, Michelle Cello, Rage Against the Machine, Tori Amos, East Plum. Again, Raphael Sadiq's Ask of You, a classic. The soundtrack is not streaming, and if it is streaming, it's partial. It's like only 4 songs. They got to do something about that.
They got to clean that up.
Raphael, Ask of You is your biggest solo single. We got to get that streaming, brother. It's a classic. It's a classic. We got to get that streaming. It's so funny. Ice Cube's song on there, Higher. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard Bobby Brown's On Our Own from Ghostbusters 2?
Nah.
He tells the whole movie in the song.
Yeah.
Higher does the same.
It's the same thing. The whole film.
He's legit talking about. He's naming it. Girl, Deja, she's from Texas. White boy in a room with me. You never saw BET. What the fuck? I love Higher. Yo, when I was a kid, my mom had the soundtrack packaging is interesting too, because the soundtrack packaging, like the CD. It has racial slurs like typed out all across the thing. That's the first time I heard about kike. I was like, what is a kike? What is a kike? What is a chink? So like, boy, it's like, where do you get that from? What is a spink? What is that? I was so, like, it's an experience. The film was packaged. It's so crazy. Like these black films back in the day, it was like the soundtrack in the film was a twofer. It was like you get the film, you gotta have the soundtrack. Like it's like like it was a complete package. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of music in it. Like literally every scene, there's a lot of music playing.
Yeah. It said according to Wikipedia too. I didn't even know Outkast was on the soundtrack.
Phobia. And I love that scene. There's the scene where this is after they get to campus. You see Kristy Swanson and Omar Epps in the elevator, and then there's a scene where we're all taking a glimpse into their world. And when Omar Epps is putting up his thing, they playing the Outkast song. That's
right.
Phobia. That's Outkast. And then you get to what's her name? They're playing That's a Little Bit Town, baby. And then you get to Rage Against the Machine with Remy, and he's like, I love that. I love that. Also, I will say too again, and we're all over the place, but it's a lot to take away from this film. I love the full circle moment that Kristy Swanson's character and Omar Epps' character has, where the first time you meet them in the film, she's grabbing her purse in the elevator, and then by the end of the film, they're finally having a discussion with one another. Right. She's grief stricken. He just lost his girlfriend.
Right, Tyra Banks.
Which,
that was a crazy way to end that movie too. You know what I'm saying?
I did not see that come. And it's crazy. Like I watched this TV spots and trailers for the film, and it's like they allude to people running around, something happening, but I didn't know. Like when I was a kid, that threw me off. I did not know that was going to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Omar Epps. He definitely sold that. But he was, when he realized what had happened. Right. And Laurence Fishburne's trying to grab him. He's like, Deja! You know what I'm saying? It's heart wrenching.
It was like Ricky, done again.
It was another Ricky. It was another Ricky. Not as it's sad, but not that Ricky shit fucks me up to this day.
Well, yeah.
I can't watch that too much. That one messes me up.
The Ricky thing was just so much sadder too, because he just got into USC and he was just like,
he was about to get out there.
Right.
And you know what hit me harder too? Doughboy, he dies too in that film.
Yeah.
When he's walking across the street,
and they fade out. Yeah.
It's just like, yo. Speaking of dying in the film, on a lighter note, Omar Epps plays his character again in Don't Be a Menace.
I was just gonna bring that up.
He plays his character again in Don't Be a Menace. He gets clipped too. He goes back to school next semester and he gets clipped. Which is funny because they're best friends, Marlon Wayans and Omar Epps. They went to school together.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And another trivia: Higher Learning and the Wayans brothers debuted the same exact day.
Oh, really?
Wayans brothers kicked off the WB network on January 11th, 1995. This came into theaters.
Yo, interesting. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, shout out the Wayans brothers, man. I've actually been peeping out Papa's House.
Yeah.
On CBS. It's funny stuff, man. It's funny stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that Damian Wayans Jr. is playing like a filmmaker. He's playing a filmmaker. His dad's playing a podcaster.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is too personal.
I felt bad. I gotta catch up.
You will like it. It's the fact that they're podcasting. They're actually doing setups like we do it. I'm like,
I gotta catch up. I love Laurence Fishburne. He was aged up to play Professor Maurice Phipps.
He was.
Mr. Williams, political science. I loved him. In this film. I think he could have got a nomination, or at least put on the short list for a nomination. I think so.
For best supporting actor?
I think so. I think he was good. Which, I mean, it's very notable that this film came out in 95. He would have been he would have been in play for the 96 Academy Awards, which is very notable for having 0 black nominees, with the exception of Diane Houston for the best live action short film she directed called Tuesday Morning Ride. Other snubs from the 96 Academy Awards, Denzel and Don Cheadle for Devil in the Blue Dress. Yeah. Morgan Freeman for Seven. Delroy Lindo for Clockers, Rodney and Clockers, which I think was very good. And also, how could you do this? She had one of the biggest songs that year. Whitney Houston, Shoot, Shoot, Shoot. Her and Babyface were not nominated for Oscars.
Oh, wait, which one?
Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
That's another 30-year. I mean, we revisited it in a very funny clip.
Right.
But that's another one that's a favorite of mine. That, listen, man. Look, man. This film was very good. It was very good. I really enjoyed revisiting it. I was looking forward to it. I knew my bro over here is a big. I like John Singleton too, but like my enthusiasm for Spike, I'm pretty sure that's the enthusiasm he has for John Singleton because of where we from and the spaces we occupy. You know what I'm saying? So I was really looking forward to hearing what you thought about the film. And I was just surprised to hear that you watched the film so late.
Yeah, I didn't catch this one as young, but I did. I feel like I caught it at the right time because, like I said, I watched it while I was at USC. I watched it again. Like I think I watched it during the pandemic too. So then this is my third time, like really like diving in, watching it, preparing for this. And it definitely gets better and better every time. I said, my nitpick with that one scene and also with Tyra Banks, but beyond that, it's a very top tier movie in terms of structure, in terms of the building towards the conflict. I think when I first saw it, I was a little bit taken aback by the shooting angle of it. I was like, whoa, really? Like that's where it ended? And I was like, I was really vibing with it as it being relatable until that part. But then we've seen it. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it so many times. I feel like,
and this is again where I like the writing. Again, this is top 3 Singleton for me. For me, it's Boys, this and Rosewood.
Yeah. Oh, Rosewood. Oh, Rosewood. Let me see Rosewood. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen Rosewood.
Rosewood. That'll get you pissed off, dog.
Really?
You might want to go.
Wait. Which one's Rosewood?
97.
97.
Yeah, this was after.
I feel like I probably did see this.
Rosewood had me angry at like 8-9 years old. I was an angry black child after I saw Rosewood. Rosewood is deep.
I feel like I have it. It's somewhere deep in there. I don't know. But I gotta. Okay, I'm gonna add that to the watch list too. Then, dang.
That's my top 3, and I feel like what leads to the shooting. It just speaks to Remy and what, again, you feel bad as much as it's Remy. But you feel bad because it's like he's so impressionable, like easily impressionable. Like it's like they had the fight they had the fight on campus, and he's like, it's a war. And that's another scene I like too, where they had the fight and you see the leaders of the two factions, Fudge and Scott. Right. They have a moment where they're talking sense into each other. Whereas Fudge is telling Malik, dog, that was a fight. That don't beat that. Like, they still winning the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They still control shit up in here. Whereas Scott is telling Remy, oh, word, you think, so you about that life? You ever shot somebody?
Right.
Why don't you do it? Let me see how you are. And, and it's sick. It's sick.
Too. Yeah.
And then it's so crazy. I'm sorry. We still, like, the shooting. Your man shoots, kills. He's running. Omar Epps is trying to catch him.
Right.
They see Omar Epps beating his ass, rightfully so.
Right.
They beat Omar Epps' ass.
Yeah.
Then for him to go corner himself, I'm going to go kill myself. Oh, it's okay, buddy. Oh, I came here to be an engineer. You could still be an engineer.
Yeah.
It's okay. And we see this with these mass shootings where after the shooting, they're giving you reasons why they did it. They're trying to... Let's get into the psyche. Oh, right. I think the Boston Marathon bomber. Well, he was listening to J. Cole. What?
Yeah. Why do I care?
And J. Cole of all people.
Right.
Like it's like they giving them, these crazy white boys that be doing all this shit.
Same thing with that. I mean, not the same thing, but they give that white people the preferential treatment with that Dylan Roof guy. They stopped him at Burger King or something.
He got to.
Like, bruh,
they
like,
got
what
him a
we
little
doing?
meal at Burger King. He got to go into jail eating comfortable. Like,
yeah, nah, come on, nah. We know what time it is. Like, it's and that's what's yeah, they touched on that too. I think that's great. I mean, I think they actually did a phenomenal job of Singleton and the whole team behind it, showing you like, you know, racism. Like, it's not even exclusively like a race thing or a prejudice thing. It's just human nature, like across, you know, human bias, I should say.
And this is where the genius at the end of the film. Professor Phipps walked past the flag. Unlearn. We have to unlearn all of this shit that we, you know, society kind of puts into us, that we treat people a certain way because of this, that, you know, we got to unlearn all of this, you know.
Right.
Man, the film was, I felt like standing up in my living room and giving it a standing ovation. This is one of those films that I wish I could have a 7 moment where I could see it for the first time, you know.
Right.
I actually would like to see the screen. I haven't seen a screen since it came out. I don't know if they'd be screening it anywhere, but I would like to see this in theater with people.
Yeah, no, for real. This is definitely worth checking out, especially on the big screen. I would be very curious to see like audience reaction to some parts of this movie for sure. I feel like this movie definitely could have had maybe more of a cult life to it too, if it was, you know, I don't know. I actually can't say it's not available because it is on Hulu. It has been on Hulu. It's literally been on Hulu since I watched it in 2018. So I am glad that it's on one streaming service this whole time. But it is accessible. I just wish there'd be more of a push behind promoting, because I feel like sometimes they just push certain old movies. Like,
you know what?
How many times am I going to watch The Matrix again?
It needs to be on Netflix.
Netflix
because I ain't gonna hold you. I this past weekend I noticed a ton of Rush Hour memes. I was just seeing Rush Hour memes and content everywhere, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, they were talking about just this. Oh, this woman was dope, and like everything was Rush Hour centric. I get on Netflix, it seems like Rush Hour, all 3 films was just added there. All 3 of the films was in the top 10.
Got it.
Everybody has Netflix.
Right.
Everybody has eyes on it. I feel like this film, Disney needs to let up on whoever has it right now. Needs to just let them, like, yo, Sony,
Columbia, come on,
Sony, man, license it out to Netflix, man. Let's get this out, maybe for back to school. I don't know if this is the most popular back to school film.
Right.
Fuck it, Black History Month. Y'all love to push black content. You know what I'm saying? Get this out there, man. Like, yo,
I'm surprised during you know, the George Floyd, you know, pandemic, Black Lives Matter.
It's a lot. It's
heavy. It's heavy in a lot. It's heavy in a lot of ways, but brilliant film though. Brilliant film. Man, I don't know. I gotta rethink my top 3 John Singleton films, because maybe I gotta check out
Too Fast and Baby Boy. That's irking me.
Too Fast is just a childhood thing for me. Like,
I just nostalgia.
Nostalgia. I gotta go back and I gotta really like evaluate that as a film per se.
Yeah.
But no, Rosewood though, I never actually. Now
Please
tell me I gotta go back and watch that. Yeah, because that probably would be.
I'm warning you. You're gonna be angry.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Oh, for real. Ooh.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah. Otherwise, though, shoot. I feel like we got to a lot of the good parts about higher learning. I feel like. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That was it. That's higher learning, yo.
That's higher learning.
Please,
man.
When you get a chance, yo, go to Hulu, check it out. I know we might have spoiled some things. It's okay. Listen, man, we chat.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you're watching a 2-hour video with the title being, the higher learning being in the title, you should probably know what we're going to be talking about. But yeah, spoiler alert. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
One more thing before you dip. Have you been following this whole Drake lawsuit saga? Or
I heard something. I heard that something got dropped or something like that.
Yeah, he pulled the pre-action petition, I guess, from UMG and Spotify.
Okay.
But then just this morning, he dropped another lawsuit on UMG for defamation, like a full lawsuit. I guess the previous one was a pre-action. He did 2 pre-action petitions.
Okay.
He pulled one of the pre-action petitions, but then kept the other one, and is now fully suing for defamation against, you know, for, I guess, not like us being defamizing or something like that.
Oh, so. for being called a pedophile?
Yeah, man. It's just, this is one of the weirdest L's I think I've ever seen in a in a rap battle.
It's a dragged out L, dog.
Yeah.
Just pack it up, dog. Pack it up. Like I said before, pack it up.
Yeah.
Go make you a little that little mango passion fruit music you be making for the shorties that they gonna quote and put on the IG caption. Just it's over, dog. Like, it's over. But he'll be okay. It's Drake. You'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just stop dragging this.
Yeah, so TMZ said Drake's not backing down from the war. He upped the ante by suing Universal Music Group for false and malicious narratives that he's a pedophile. So, and then, you know, the scene Wayne LeBron, him and LeBron was running
that was nasty.
together or something.
That academic shit was nasty. That was nasty. Even though, hey, he's an NBA player.
Yeah, no. I'm not letting LeBron go down like that, man.
Listen, y'all better let go of it. Listen, he's an NBA player, all right? He's away from the crib most of the year. I mean, listen, was you not paying attention to the Yes Jules situation?
I mean,
I was. Before Pusha said anything, I was peeping everything. I mean, he was seating her sick. Oh, little sis. It was nasty.
I mean, but that was before him and Savannah were officially married. So
they're childhood sweethearts, high school sweethearts. It don't matter. Listen, listen. That part is water under the bridge for me. But it's the fact that you would go so far to put that out there, to defend this guy, and he's giving you the info to put out there. Y'all are nasty. Y'all are just nasty. Like, y'all are nasty. Just take the L, bro.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Man. He won too much. He won too much. He just can't take the L. Take the L. Yeah. And I know he's doing this all before Super Bowl. You know, I'd probably try to do something that Kendrick can't perform. Because that's going to be crazy. 100+ million people watching the Super Bowl, and you're getting called a pedophile. All crazy. It's bad enough the song is a hit. You're being called a pedophile. It's just being played in arenas. My child, my 2-year-old son is singing this song. He's saying OVO. He's singing the A minor part. A minor.
See, the kids love that stuff, man. The kids love that.
And here's the thing. I don't care what you say about that boosting shit. People love that song.
Oh, nah.
That was the song of the summer.
Yeah.
I was in Brooklyn. I was at a block party in Brooklyn. Big rain coming down. People were still out there singing at the top of their lungs. You cannot fake that.
Yeah.
Children, my 2-year-old once again is singing the song. He's asking for it. Can we learn that like us? And I'll play it for him. This is kids is singing. It's a rap. Shout out to Compton, man.
Hey, we up, man. Compton's been up, man.
Shout out to Compton.
We untouched by the flames, and we putting out flames, though. We putting out flames,
yeah,
man. We up, man.
But listen, this was episode 33. You know, this is back. We had to kick the year off talking about a great film.
Yeah.
The great John Singleton this is not the last time we're going to talk about him. And we have a lot of other films to get into. Dead Presidents came out 95. Bamboozle came out 2000. That's 25 years old. Waiting 6 Hail 95.
Killer Season.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Chris hooked me up with the link. You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch it?
I watched some of it. I gotta finish it all the way through.
He's actually going to be in town soon.
Oh, really? Okay. We gotta do it. Okay, maybe
we might need to prep another hip hop cinema, but let's focus on Rockefeller right now. We might need to do that. That's a good idea. Let's put a pin on that. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the dates because I'm gonna be working, so it's gonna be to figure out the dates. It's gonna be. But yeah, we might need to do that episode. But yeah, there's a lot of big films. Dead Presidents, a lot of big films dropping this that dropped 2000, 95, 90 that have big anniversaries. We might be focusing on some of that this year. But yo, man, Happy New Year. We back and we'll be back at it. RB, let the people know where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Director RB3. You can follow Urban Luxury Series on Instagram. We're going to be posting updates about filming our first episode, Urban Space Cowboy. Very, very excited about it. We're about to road to something right now, little location scout. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. And then, also, if you haven't already, subscribe to First Cut. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, hit that like button. Follow us on Spotify, Apple. We need all the help, all the support, all the love we can get.
Yes. And you know me, Mr. Marin, MrMarinKnows on Twitter, Instagram. Follow Real Talk Film Society on Instagram, REEL Talk Film Society. We are verified on Instagram now.
Oh, for real? Hey.
Yeah, man, we verified. Listen, man, we need to boost everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This year I said I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna try to take it there. You know what I'm saying? Twitter. I ain't calling it X, it's Twitter. And we're gonna be verified on there shortly too. That's Real Talk Film SOC. Again, REEL Talk Film SOC on Twitter. And yeah, man, let's lock in for the rest of the year, man. We will come at y'all soon with some more chat. You know what I mean? We will see you when we see you. Peace.
Coming soon to a theater near you.